It is 6:03. Do I have a motion to start our meeting?
A motion to start.
Second? All those in favor? Jan?
Aye.
Lee?
Yes.
Jay?
Yes.
Laurel?
Yes.
Nancy?
Yes.
Nancy is not here. Kathy?
Yes,
Caitlin?
Yes.
And Bob is a yes. Okay, I hope everyone's had a chance to read the minutes of last meeting. Any questions, any discussion? Nice job, Nancy.
Thank you.
I lose track. Do we need to vote on the minutes?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
I make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
I
Second.
second it.
All those in favor, Jan?
Aye.
Lee?
Yes.
Jay?
I have to abstain. I wasn't here.
Laurel?
Yes.
Nancy?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes,
Caitlin?
Yes.
Bob is a yes. Okey-doke. Is Evangeline gonna be here or?
Yeah, I said I'd go
Oh,
get her.
okay, we're
You want me to go
moving
get her?
on very quickly.
All right.
Yeah, because she's got a ton of kids in there. right?
Yeah,
Well, we can move it to another part of the,
well, we have Gray is helping with the lanyard part, and that's really like what she's been focusing on. If he can make it quick.
okay,
Yeah,
Yeah, because their kids lined up at the desk and
yeah.
that's why I'm late, by the way. I didn't take lunch with me.
I can attest Laurel's been here since at least 3.
Okay, just be
And
right
Jan.
over.
hello,
The Janice
she found me in the door.
Okay. All right, everybody, this is Evangeline. Welcome.
Jan Dempsey. No.
Jay Collins.
Nancy Hurley.
Darcy Lepore.
Caitlin LaRocca.
All right.
and I'm Kathy Pernier. I'm invisible.
He's in the air.
Oh, she's not even, okay. Hi.
Hi.
So this is a very quick introduction, and we have been starting to plan summer reading, which is very exciting. And some programming as well, so it's getting,
Starting today, the big one.
Yes.
Lots of, do you know the count so far?
no, we're taking the tally up front.
It's been a lot of kids.
A lot, yeah.
That's great, that's great.
That's wonderful.
Very excited. Thank you all for welcoming me aboard and, yeah, I look forward to having lots of children come through our doors.
We're very
You have
happy you're
already.
here.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, do you have any questions?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, there's anything else?
I think it's worth, I don't know, Darcy's probably told you, but feel free if you have any requests that you'd let, don't hesitate to come and talk to us if you have any requests.
Funding.
Financially.
Funding or permission to snack something. No, I'm just-
That goes against the code of conduct.
We might not say yes to everything.
In November.
But we certainly would love to hear your plans and see your programs. And but if there's any, like Lee said, if there's a financial request, we'll do our best to meet it. If we can't do it right away, we'll set it off for a future date.
Thank you so much.
We're happy to see that you're hitting the ground running.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
yeah, it's hard starting in like this time of year, but you're doing really well so far with
Yeah,
that.
oh, summer is here and that's when all the kids are going to be coming to the library wanting something to do, so
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
excited to get started.
Yay.
Good.
All right. We'll
Back to
leave
coloring
you
clothes.
back to the.
Nice to meet you.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye.
Meet tomorrow.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
We're at this contract,
Contract. Okay, I printed it out, Bob.
because we all have to sign it.
Yes. All right. So obviously there's 2 copies that get signed. I didn't change, I mean,
You
so
can change the dates.
I changed the dates, I changed all the numbers and the names. But I know all the rest of you have seen it before, Caitlin, if you just want to read it.
Yeah.
But if you want to see if you can catch anything I messed up, that's fine too.
Well, you didn't
But I-
retype it, did you?
No, I
Oh.
just,
Okay, you had a copy of this
yes,
electronically.
you emailed it to me at one point, and I just downloaded it and
3 years ago.
changed things.
Okay, good, good, good. Okay,
Because Bob
good.
asked me for a copy and I said, well, I think it's in my email somewhere, so,
Yeah, good, because I have that, yeah, so.
yes. So it's pretty straightforward. And while they're reading, who would like to sign the warrant?
Slip it across.
So is this the one you want us to sign?
Both of them get signed, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, right, yeah, okay, so.
so. But does it need to be like a vote and then you sign, or is that?
Well,
I think we already voted.
the town voted your.
Right.
And we voted when we
The
gave
town voted
your,
to pay. Okay,
right?
Yes.
We voted confidence that yes.
Yes,
We
we did.
voted on the budget and that was in the budget.
Right,
okay,
right.
okay,
Yeah, nothing was changed on that.
no,
Yeah, so.
Oh, we even have a new title.
yeah, I tried to, you know, be accurate with. With the very important contract.
That way, yeah, thank you. Okay.
The bond was only $363 and not 400.
So yes, that was, that took longer than expected, oh, but we're not doing that yet, okay, so I'll get back to that later.
We'll just have, I know Kathy will stop by at some point and we'll,
Right, I'll be around next,
If we could find out.
probably next Wednesday.
okay,
I'm
oh
gonna be
no,
away.
It'll be
We're
closed
closed.
next
we're
Wednesday.
closed. Next Wednesday's a holiday.
Oh, it's
Seventeenth.
Juneteenth. Okay, yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, Thursday.
Okay, sounds good, thank you.
Next Monday, something?
Next
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. okay.
Yeah, as long as it's in before the 30th, it should be fine.
Right, right.
But you don't need every trustee, do you?
Yes.
It should be
Every-
every trustee.
Oh, not the contract, I mean the warrants.
No.
No, not the
No.
warrants, it just needs to be five.
Contract. And we have till
The-
July 1st to then actually for the contract. Technically,
Well,
June 30th,
Technically June 30th.
right? Because Lindsay will have to do it too.
Yeah, yeah. I'll get Lindsay in.
Oh.
you the same, Jay? You can?
One time I don't have one.
I know, yeah, a bunch of pens and pencils in my person. It just had disappeared.
Oh, I have one submitting.
You're a mom, always gotta have something like that.
Always in need of pens and pencils. That's true.
I normally carry like 2 or 3 pens with me.
I know.
I can run into the other women.
No.
You have any? Wait, can I borrow a piece of paper? What, can I have a piece of paper?
You're gonna give it back to me, you gotta keep
I
it.
really thought I had all this stuff in my place. I don't know what happened. I usually have a pen, having 6 pencils.
Okay, looks like we're good.
Okay. I'm putting in the date.
Okay, new treasurer, you know.
Oh, I know. So, I have finally been bonded. That took much longer than expected. Mainly because when they bonded Mary Lou. They had her bonded as the town treasurer.
Huh.
The town.
Wow.
She wasn't that.
So all the paperwork was not just, yeah, duplicated, put my name and number, and, you know, so it all had to be done and the back and da. So that was that. And I just, as of yesterday, got signed into Bartholomew, so now I can do that for the trust funds. That took a while, back and forth, and yeah. So, yeah. So I have the only report I have is the one I sent you, which is a monthly report. We get the quarterlies, so we don't have that. As far as also the new way, what were they called now? I can't think. The new way we were working with Brian, my head is.
Off the list? Is that-
No, it's not called off the list. It's called,
Commonwealth.
Hold on, I'm sorry, I just had it up here and then I lost it.
Do you mean through Commonwealth?
It's called Commonwealth.
Yeah.
But prudent investor, that's the word. So the prudent investor portfolio, I had to send him a letter saying we voted it in and then the town voted it in at the town meeting. But because of that, it will not be changed over to prudent investor. We're still with the same that we had before until July 1st fiscal year. So that being said, you know, it's the same portfolio that we've had. We haven't switched over to the
Okay, but
prudent investor.
It really means on July 1st, nothing changes except going forward.
We can, right,
What we
right.
pick is a bigger
Well,
pool.
we,
Or he picks.
he thinks, we don't, we're not in the stock market, yes, that's what we pay in the fees. So that won't take place until July 1st. Yeah, I still have to get onto the checking account. Which, you know, I met at length with Mary Lou and we went through the files and found all kinds of stuff in the files that no one knew about. And guess what? We had mail. Like this thick. There's a mailbox in there,
Where?
in Darcy's office. That had all the old things that we've been looking for. So anyway. I'm
Physical
plowing,
mail?
Yeah.
we had Christmas cards from Brian J. Rose, we had all kinds of things in there. So, and in the file, and I found, I don't know if they're the originals, but really good copies of the actual trusts and what they say.
Yeah.
So they're all in that file box, file cabinet. So I'm gradually picking that stuff apart. We've got to get in touch with Citizens. It's not a brick and mortar bank anymore. It's only online. And there have been issues with trying to sign in, not with me, but in the past. Mary Lou never was able to. Barbara had difficulty before that. So we have to get that straightened away. Kathy and I are working on that. And yeah, that's it. So we're doing well. I sent you the, you know, the newest statement. We're continuing to make money.
Now
And
let's
that's
spend
it.
it, right?
And now let's spend it. As soon as I get on a checking account to write a check. Yeah, that's the issue. So yeah, that's in the works and hopefully that will be resolved before, you know, our next meeting or before you need the.
Yeah, like I
And
told
we'll-
you earlier,
right.
there's an alternative.
There's
which we
an
can talk
alternative,
about.
right. So, okay, that's that.
So now that you're bonded, should we start calling you James?
No, 007 for me. I'd rather go by a number. Yeah, but that was really comical. Like she was the town treasurer. So whoever filled out the paperwork for her
Hmm.
had it as that. And then, you know, the girl that I went to and, you know, she's like, this is wrong. This is wrong. And I don't want to be town treasurer.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, big difference. Yeah. So Yeah. It was the mistake of the insurance company, not.
So, just for future reference, whose responsibility do you think it should be to check the mailbox every once in a while?
Well, whoever comes in can do that. The chair definitely.
Okay,
And if there's anything left, he just leave it there. If it's like, if we're financial,
Is this just, all the mail goes here? And people come in and pull out what they
trustees
want?
and friends. There's
That's
one for
what the mailbox
trustees.
says, trustees and.
No, it's
There's one that's labeled friends, there's one that's
and
labeled
it's not a
trustees.
box, it's a
They're magazine holders.
magazine holder.
Okay,
And then under what the magazine holders are sitting on is the file cabinet for trustees. All kinds of
so
information
the
in
file
there.
cabinet is okay, the mail slot, I wasn't aware of.
I wasn't either.
So,
So that's how much mail was there. We did a lot of,
How could that?
who knew? Thank you.
we found out.
Yeah.
I said
Been
to
there
Mary
since
Lou,
before I started.
yeah, so.
Where's this located?
On top
It's
of
in my
you know where the
office.
file-
Your office?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
behind
Good
Darcy's.
question.
Like somebody knew, because somebody delivered the mail.
Yeah,
You know, who delivers the mail?
Well, I've been putting things in it when it says it's for the trustees, so.
So you assumed that somebody on the trustees would have known, yeah.
I did that, I did assume that.
It must
be
in my default.
It was.
Should we make a motion for who takes care of the mail going forward?
Well, I would assume it would be the chair, and if it's like something from Vanguard or Bartholomew or anything financial, then leave it there. I'm here often enough to just pull
I
it,
would
to make a report.
hazard a guess that if I look at it on a weekly basis, that would be more than.
Oh, more than-
sufficient.
Yeah.
Even if
Now,
you did, it-
let me ask an absurd question. Is there stuff in there now that no one?
I haven't looked today.
Oh, so anything that's
This
in there
is-
now is new because you've gone through
Yes.
all, okay.
Yes.
That's good.
Right?
Yes, but I don't think I put anything in there in the past
Well,
week.
after the meeting, I'll show you where it
Yeah.
is and yeah,
Yeah, so once a week.
but I didn't know about it
Was there
either.
any correspondence that we should be aware of?
There were a bunch of things from Vanguard
And we've been asking for 2 years about that.
and it was there.
And it was there.
So I have those all, I didn't keep every single one, I kept the end of each year, like December, and then the most updated one. And then at the end of this year, I will get rid of all those others and say, the end of December, this is what we have in Vanguard, if we continue to go that way.
And Laurel, do you keep that in a file somewhere, those records?
Right now, it's in a bag.
Okay.
And it will go, once I have more stuff to go through. Once that, it will be in that file cabinet,
Here.
Laurel,
Here, nurse's office.
where it should be, yes, yeah.
Laurel,
Where are
I
you?
followed your request and I spoke to Michelle Began, and she does not have the end of the year, December 30th, December 31st statement from Vanguard.
Okay, all right,
So we need to get a copy of that over to
Yeah.
her.
Okay.
And she's been looking at, well, we've been looking for it all for a couple of years, and I've spent several hours on the phone with Vanguard and finally was able to get one copy about 6 months ago sent to Michelle
okay.
through
We
Vanguard.
will see, I will take care of that. Because I really think we only need, the end of the year, we don't need 12,
You don't.
right? So that just you know where you're going.
Right.
I mean, there were things in that file cabinet, there was a whole bag from our, I'm trying to think, when did Chris Schramko serve as treasurer? Was he right before Mary Lou, or was he?
Oh,
Yes.
Charlie was right before
Charlie.
Mary.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Chris Shamko was right after,
whole stuff.
Charlie was right after Chris.
Yeah,
No,
he
I'm-
brought a whole bag of stuff and just gave it to us and it got stuck in that file
I'm
cabinet.
assuming there's a financial balance on Vanguard.
Yes,
Can we include that in part of the treasurer's report?
sure.
It'd be quarterly. They send their statements quarterly.
Yeah, it's only quarterly,
Oh,
right.
the latest one, whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't have it with me now, but
No,
yeah,
that's okay.
delete Vanguard, okay. So hopefully we'll get everything straightened out. Like I said. Since I thought it'd be bing, bang, boom, we're done. and it's taking way longer. I mean, literally, I called Brian yesterday again, and, I sent him an email saying, "Well, meeting on Wednesday, and I have nothing to report," because I have no access to anything. So he said, "Oh,
Because I
oh."
noticed Mary Lou's name is still on the report, which is fine, because it's dated when she was still. So
Yes.
the next one will have.
Well, mine,
yours.
yes, yeah, and her name, all that was signed, sealed, and delivered yesterday. So I was waiting and waiting, and what's taking so long, so, but yeah, okay. So that's my report, unofficial as it may be.
Thank you, Laurel.
Next up is Director's Report, and before Darcy gets into it, unless she's gonna mention it, I think the trustees would like to give a vote of thanks and appreciation to Darcy and the staff for two big events that happened.
Mhm.
The carpet endeavor, which
What's an
people
endeavor?
were sore backs and all that, putting all that in that, and then this book festival was
No, Mystery Book Con.
extremely well attended.
Yes.
And I saw the staff running around like crazy,
Yeah.
helping out on that, so that's.
The entire
that was
staff.
Great to see.
And some were on
was-
their own time.
Yes,
Mhm.
Staff
exactly.
that was not on payroll, but still came and.
Volunteer
Yeah.
time, true. And yeah, and that was an entire in-person program, because when we have a big program, you'll see like the Gregory Peck thing, most of that is online attendance, but this one was entirely in person, so there were panels that were in this room, and the room was, filled to what the capacity is, and it's just, yeah, it was amazing. There were people I recognized, people I didn't recognize, there were new faces. There were some like regular patrons who came in and they were like, "What's happening?" But it was,
Just didn't realize at the time.
yeah, it was an exciting day. And Sue and Kensington did a good job putting it together.
All yours.
Did
Okay.
you mention, Darcy, that Sue's college roommate flew in from Ohio to help with this, to help Sue?
Oh, yes, she enlisted her friend to come in and be one of her volunteers, which is very nice. We had a lot of volunteers helping, and she was one of them. Yeah, it was great. It was a very
It
busy.
was wonderfully done, beautifully done.
Yes. Yes, so. Though that covers the standout programming. So any questions about the statistics? Good.
Only to go up in the summer,
Yeah,
I think.
exactly. And I mean, this doesn't include US News Stream. We're pretty on par with,
What it's been.
yeah. Cause I always get those in the middle of the month, and hadn't even gotten that number until today, so I don't include it in this list, but that's been increasing as well. So then you can see the totals for the program attendance. Any questions about those? Okay, personnel, you all met Evangeline, she started last Monday. And it's been going really well so far. I included some notes at the end of the report about that.
Are you still getting that intern?
Yes,
They're here. Oh,
yeah,
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 Is more than one?
no.
identifies as they.
Oh, okay.
She, they,
Okay, right.
but yes, Ray is here.
Well, do you want Ray to come in and be introduced?
That's too
Okay.
much. Okay. So I'll read the warrants. 2443 was $1,494.12. 2445 was $3,996.67. 2447 was $1,332.70, and the total was $6,823.49. So funding, I have discussed this with Laurel already. She's not on the citizens yet, because this trust fund request may not come to pass this month. We're not sure yet.
Right.
However, the things that are due, I can put through for the next, there's one more, money period where I can put it in as a bills for state aid or donations. So it can be done.
I mean, we definitely have the money in the trust funds. It's just a
Yes,
matter of writing
exactly.
the check out.
Right.
Is there a reason why we're getting the trust fund as opposed to state aid or the Tibet?
This
account?
is what was brought up last month, to
We
pay
suggested
for some materials from the trust funds. This
So this
was
is
mentioned last.
$2,000 that we're not sure of yet whether we're gonna do it.
Well, because she doesn't
can't
sign
do
You
it.
the
need
thing
two
yet.
signatures.
So
So,
you have, your signature should have come through for citizens. It hasn't come
Nope.
through?
I've gotten nothing, Zippo from
You,
citizens.
but you sent me a page from citizens with your
Mhm.
signature on it. And
Yeah.
I
and
had
they've not
signed
heard.
as the second signer, so they
Yeah.
should have it. What do we need to do to,
I have no idea. I'm waiting to hear from them. Kind of like, I've been waiting to hear from Brian. I guess reach out. I don't have it.
she may have been
Yeah.
on vacation.
Yeah.
But your name is on it as a signer, and my name hasn't been removed as a signer, so that would be the two signers. We need to have verbal confirmation from Ms. Quintiliani
Right.
that has taken place as well as the copy. And then the checks can be written on whatever trust funds you find. The board does not have to agree on the individual trust funds. Only
Right.
the
We
money
have to
is
look under
spent.
the ones that are under books. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
So Laura, you'll be
Well,
able to
summer
do that,
funds.
right? Identify the funds. that the
Yes, I
monies
mean,
come from.
I already kind of looked at them
Okay.
and didn't know if we needed to vote on that, so
No, we
had some
don't need to
suggestions.
vote on that, no.
Okay,
Yeah.
We just
okay.
need
For-
to vote to.
Just
hold
trust
the
funds, period. Right,
For Caitlin's information, the
yes,
trust, maybe explain how the trust funds are set up. There's interest only and there's real kinds of restrictions on the individual
Right, we
ones.
talked a little bit about it last month.
Okay,
right.
I
And
remember
did
then
you
I
get
read
a
it.
list of the
Yes,
thing? Yes,
yes.
so
Here.
we can only spend the
Interest, right?
the interest on it, so it's the earned, what they call it in the Bartholomew, but that's the money we can spend, and many of them are for books. Some of them are for specific books, so I have to check with
History
you,
books.
like the history books or
Yeah.
the children's books. I don't know what's on your list. Do you want to break it down that much, or just books?
I mean, the Ingram statement is really,
It must be pretty long, looking at,
it's less long than some months because, like I said, we're, at the end of everything, but,
You don't really
This
have
also
to break
includes-
it down, yeah. If you utilize the trust funds that are at the discretion of the trustees
right,
and those that are for books, there would be enough in those to pay the
oh,
Ingram.
definitely.
Yeah.
Right,
So that might be the way you want
Right.
to go for your first time out.
right.
Doing that.
Museum
We
of
can sit
Science
down.
passes in the fall, so that would have to be,
Right.
Discretion. So no, I will sit down and once I hear and be able to
Mhm.
write a check, so yeah. It'll be taken care of, hopefully
Okay.
in the next 2 weeks.
there need to be a vote.
Yes, this would have to be a vote. Well, we did say I don't think we put a money amount on it. Last time, I think we just said if we were going to do this with the trust funds.
So what's a rough total of what?
2,025.
2025.
I make a motion that we spend up
70
to
cents.
$22,250, up to that out of the trust funds to pay for books.
Well,
Materials.
and materials.
And
because One
materials.
of them is, one of them is the Museum of Science pass.
There's
No,
a
let's- no,
periodical
let's
and there's
cut that out.
DVDs.
Take that out of that. You want to take that museum pass out of that?
Oh,
No,
And
to
not
make
pay
it a
for
separate
it.
motion. You want to take that museum pass out of that? I make a
okay.
motion to fund the museum pass from the state aid fund.
Okay,
700 from
That
state
way you're
aid.
not mixing books and passes. Trust funds are,
So
looked
up to
over.
13, $1,350 from the.
so I'm
trust
gonna
fund.
amend that up to $1,500 for,
so,
out of the
You have
trust funds.
DVDs on
yeah,
there, too.
exactly.
You have
So if
DVDs.
it's just gonna be books, then there's also a DVD and a periodical on here. So those should be state aid as well then.
Well,
Those are gonna be due.
they
That's-
should be state aid, yes. But if push
Okay.
ever came to shove, they can come out of the ones that say at the discretion of the trustees. So,
Okay,
so at this point, probably out of state aid and then the books out of the trust funds.
So
okay,
just Ingram's out of trust funds,
okay, that's
Right?
fine.
So if
so
it's
up
at,
to,
if it's at the discretion of the trustees, then why couldn't you pay for a museum pass out of it? I'm just curious.
You can. My suggestion is not to at this point, because we're mixing up too many things in one. We haven't used the trust funds in over a year. So my suggestion, you can, out of the trust funds that state under the discretion of the trustees.
That's all I'm saying. If you
Right,
wanted-
it can be, but let's not confuse it this time around. It's your first time doing this as a treasurer.
I won't screw it up. I just-
No,
Yeah,
I know
I
you
think
won't screw
Laurel
it
can
up.
handle
Let's
that.
do it that way. We've always paid.
All right, so what's the motion? So I know.
The motion is to pay up to $1,500 out of trust funds for the purchase of books, adult and youth books.
No,
Well,
no, no.
we'd only need
Books and
900.
related materials.
Yeah, that's a periodical.
All right,
Books
then,
and related materials would be the best way to put it.
Yeah,
right,
the
that's
books are only
fine.
$884.
Right, so
So
books and
it's
related
a friendly
materials.
amendment. There's a friendly amendment.
I'm a little lost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
I mean, the biggest holdup, if I'm getting this, is the checkbook,
yes.
right?
Right.
My question is this, Darcy. Obviously, the checkbook, she has to pay for this before the end of the fiscal year.
Yeah,
No
so
matter
it can
what.
count towards.
So is it prudent, in your point of view, to do as little from the trust funds as possible? Or just, you know what I'm saying? Like, just
No, I
earmark,
mean,
if we earmark the pass and wait, and say she can't sign the check until the 29th of June. I mean,
so
we don't wanna mess up the pass program.
the
And I
pass,
won't be here to sign a check then.
yeah, the
That's what I
pass
mean,
will
just wonder-
actually be
If-
expiring at the end of the month, so.
Has to be done early.
Maybe I
Yeah.
should send it, that one in.
Let
for
me-
state
let me-
aid.
Yeah, I
Let
think
me
that,
talk numbers. From what I'm hearing, about 1,100, 1,200 would be state aid. And $884 would be from the investments with add-ons for materials,
What
So it's
investments?
right?
The trust
What-
funds.
You mean the trust funds?
That's what he said.
Yeah,
Okay, but what
books,
did you mean for state aid?
$884 from the trust fund.
But I-
Everything
I-
else from state aid.
right, I just think we should have a contingency plan if she can't get on the checkbook. That
Well-
Ingram bill needs to be paid ASAP, because it will have to go through the town.
Under.
Yeah.
before June
The
30th.
town
Right.
gives you an extra warrant period going into the next fiscal year, don't they, Darcy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd
uh,
like to not
But I
have to
should
be
put it in
nail-biters.
for 2451, which is due the 27th, so. Just to
So I
make
would,
sure I have that in there.
You do it
I
all
would
state aid.
suggest that we just take that from donations.
There's
If
not enough in
that's-
The
donations.
pass,
No,
Or-
the Ingram one,
Ingram,
the
okay,
Ingram one, if Laurel can't get on the checkbook under the trust. fund.
Okay.
I was just
So
thinking,
that's
I'm
the
like,
So take that from
That's what I
state aid,
would-
do you mean?
no, Ingram would be donations, I would think.
How much is in the donation fund? I don't have it on my screen.
it's like $23,000.
In the donation account? Oh, I know what okay, I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay, yep, all right. then
23,551.
I withdraw my motion and we will pay the, or I will make a motion to pay the Museum of Science pass from state aid. Let's vote on that
Second.
motion first.
How about the,
As well as the DVDs and
the
period.
book page?
And, all right, we can do it all in one from the donation fund.
Oh, wait,
You just said
I
state
thought it
aid.
was,
From
yeah.
trust, from the state aid, I'm sorry, this is.
Okay. And then, because I thought she said donation.
For the books.
Oh,
And the
is it-
books, and the Ingram from the books, from the donation account.
If the trust funds
Right,
didn't come
if
through.
trust fund,
Yeah,
okay.
if you can take it from trust fund, I think that's best, but. I don't want it to be a nail biter for everybody.
Well,
Yeah, do you wanna put
and
it
like
by
I
a
say,
date?
Yeah.
I am going away for 3 weeks.
That's what I mean. Like,
Can we?
You're gonna
say
have to
if-
cancel your
If it
trip.
doesn't come through by this date, then we'll use the donations.
Donation.
Yeah, let's,
Yeah.
yeah.
If we
I think
should,
All right, let's pick a
or,
date.
What's the last date you can be here to drop off a check?
So
The day
it'll
before.
have to be in on the 27th. However,
gone.
I need 5 signatures, so
Yeah.
maybe the 24th and,
well, I'll be gone then, so. if-
yeah, but
Yeah.
hopefully the other members of the board.
No, I'm saying I will be here. The last I can write anything will be the 22nd,
So, okay,
Saturday. And then if you get your signatures of everybody else, then I can sign.
so by the 21st?
Sure. By 6:20. No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'm finally taking off and going somewhere.
You could
I will not
cancel
be
this
at the
trip,
next
Laura.
meeting. Oh, yeah, I will be. I'll just be getting home.
Your signature in the works, I mean, it's just,
Is that what?
it's in the works, you're just waiting for
We
something?
signed the papers. We signed, Kathy and I signed our lives away and, DocuSign and all this, and we haven't heard, I haven't gotten any validation yet that, yes, they've
Think
received
it's
it.
in the mailbox? Okay.
I will look. Wouldn't that be something?
I haven't put it in
No,
there.
because this is citizens. They don't
So
send
we've been
mail.
doing all this electronically.
Everything electronically, everything, and
Huh.
nothing. And they have my email, so.
That's weird, okay.
Are
Okay.
you comfortable with that, Laura? Laura?
Yes, yes. So you are taking care of everything except the Ingram. And I will be trying to take that out of trust funds.
Mhm.
And if not, if I'm not able to write a check, then it will come from the donations account,
Right.
right? And it will
Yes.
give time.
Yes, sounds good.
I will tomorrow afternoon, because I have stuff here in the morning. I will try to contact, well, maybe tonight when I go home, I'll send her an email and say, so where would we sit now with this thing?
Can
So
I
we have a
restate this?
motion. You got-
Can I restate
Yeah.
the simple part of this?
Yes.
State aid, $26.95, Amazon DVDs. State aid, book page periodicals, $414. State aid, Museum of Science Pass, $700.
Yes,
Right.
Mhm.
Ingram Books. If Laurel can get a signature done by the 21st, it'll come from trustees. Otherwise, it'll
Trust
come
funds.
from,
Yeah.
just,
it'll come from donations.
Yes, perfect.
so the motion's been made, we need a second.
Second.
All those in favor, let me get to it, roll my checklist. Jan,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Laurel,
Yes,
Nancy,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes,
Caitlin,
Yes.
Bob, yes. Okay, done and dusted.
oh my goodness.
Now for the flag.
The flag, so. The origin of this flag story is that I saw, Rowley's flag in a, First Amendment auditors video. And I thought it was beautiful, so. As opposed to what ours has been, also the flag, pole holder is broken, which is why you haven't seen the flag outside. So I contacted Pam, who is the director at Rowley, and I said, where'd that come from? And she gave me the information, so I got this estimate from them. And so my request to them was to have our logo on it. We could do the universal library symbol, but we could also be unique. And they said they could print the image in white on a blue flag. So it would be a heavy duty polyester instead of, so our current flag is very flimsy.
Mm.
I don't think it would fade like the other one has.
Is it polyester fabric or a sheet polyester? Know what I'm
It's a
saying?
polyester fabric.
Fabric, it's
Yeah.
fabric.
Yeah, so, and, um. So this is, I recommend getting it from them, because really, like I said in my write-up, this is their specialty, instead of just getting something cheap from Amazon or Demco. The one we have now, I think, is from Demco, and it's, I mean, we get what we pay for. I paid $100 for it, and,
How long have we had that one?
uh, 5, 6 years. So it's okay, but like, it's also always been too large, and,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know, I
Practice.
couldn't find other options as well at the time. Also, it's also light enough that it blows away in the wind. This, like I said, is heavy duty, and it would withstand some of the weather issues we've had, even the sun, like, it would be maybe a more prudent thing than getting a cheap one. And again, I was asked by the board to research this, so I've been actually researching it for a while, but it was never
Definitely
really the
needed
right
a
time.
flag.
Yes, and I like the shape of it.
Still catch on the.
No,
Like, that's what's been ripping.
That's what's, yeah,
I don't think it would, not with the size
Because
and the
size
shape of it.
shape is not.
So it's-
clear from the bottom.
Right, so it's a shape that's meant to be held up like.
Yeah.
Like that.
Do you, I guess my question is, I don't understand how the logo can be in white when our logo has the LA. Is this the logo you mean?
Yes, the thing is
How will it
though,
show up in white?
they would give me a sample before they actually
Okay,
sew the thing on, so if we don't like it, I could probably have them switch it to the library symbol.
yeah.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking, why are we going blue and white when that is yellow and green?
So they,
Shouldn't be our logo, our real.
Well,
That's,
can you read, if it's all in white, you won't. be
So-
able to see the.
the thing is, we could get a white flag, the flags only come in red, white, and blue.
okay.
If it comes in white, if we get that printed on white, it might get dirty faster. It's easy-ish to clean. It's not that bad, but it's, you know, there are a few different options. It's the same quote for all of those options.
But I guess, so they're limiting you to 2 colors.
Great.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we could print that on red, but it would look terrible.
No, I'm sorry, I'm not clear. Per flag, are there only 2 colors?
On the flag.
No,
Print.
no, so that logo, our logo could be printed as its colors, but it would be printed on white, a white flag instead of the blue flag.
Well, it would look kind of like what it just looks like on your phone that you showed.
Yeah. So that was my actually original
The background is white.
submission to
The
them,
logo.
And that.
because I
logo,
didn't know what
yellow
they,
and green on it, yes.
yeah, the
Would
yellow
you-
and green would be.
Okay, so
On
it's just the flag color that we're limited to 3 different
background.
colors.
Yeah,
Back-
so
okay.
that's what,
That's
if
what-
we get blue, and I was thinking blue only because like it's a little. It doesn't get as dirty, at least not as obviously.
Blue would match our sign there.
Would match our sign.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a few different options, but, I could also, if I don't like their mock-up, then say, can we do something else? It's all the same price.
Sure, I mean, if they're gonna do a mock-up, then
Right.
you can see what you think of it.
My only thing is, and I learned this through my business, don't have too many different logo things going. Your logo is your logo, and that's what you're known as, so everything you put out, the library bags, or marker, whatever you put out should be the same, so it's identifiable, so. You know, if we're going to light blue, then where's the light blue everywhere else, or blue? And I mean, I like the blue and white. Better than the yellow and green, to be honest, but we have the yellow and green, which was, the one that they worked up.
Yeah,
I just,
We
wonder,
could get the white flag.
white flag with, I mean.
It wouldn't be that hard to clean. It's just, like I said,
because
we'd
it
have
is
to do a little bit
polyester,
more.
you know, you just wipe it down and.
Yeah.
It's like snow or rain.
Yeah,
It's not gonna be hitting the trees or bushes
it's
anymore.
fine. It would still stand out. It's, like I said, it's just.
But, I don't know. if
Can
they-
you ask them to do a mock-up of both colors so that we could
They
see
might
them?
not do that.
I don't think they would, like, they do the mock-up after you submit the purchase order.
But can't they do it digital? So they're
Yeah,
not,
I know. I think they could just swap the colors up
Yeah.
for a digital model.
Swap the
I mean,
colors
for
out.
$1,000, I think they would.
I mean, what I'm saying is it's just a matter of changing colors
Mm,
to give you one or two mock-ups to see how,
yeah.
what you write.
I would think where they're limiting everyone to 3 colors, they would say, oh, this is what I want. This is what it's gonna look like on red. This is what it's gonna look like on blue. This is what it's gonna look like on white. And they're not printing anything. They're just
Right.
doing it on
The
their
computer.
digital.
mm.
Well, let's ask.
Okay,
Yeah, it looks, I'm sure you went through this, but it looks like on their website, you can put in a quote request
that's what I sent them, it like filled out originally.
and then they sent
Yeah.
that back.
Yeah, so they gave me the quote request and I had submitted originally what this, from him. Yeah,
So Darcy, can I ask a question? Keeping track, so we had the Demco one for $100 that was good for 5 years?
it wasn't good for 5 years.
It
It's
wasn't,
been
okay.
pretty terrible for
Beat up.
4
Yeah.
of them, but, and
Oh.
also it was always too big, like I
Yeah.
said, if we had sewn it smaller, it would have looked weird because of the symbol on it.
All right.
I really like this style, but I would,
too.
I would be interested in seeing a mock-up before voting on it.
Okay,
So maybe, could I make a motion to submit another quote request with the feedback from the trustees, and then you already have the previous one? We could see the mock-up of the new one and then vote on it at the next,
okay.
I'll second that.
Do we want a mock-up of
using
both?
the Langley
version.
Adams, if you want the Langley Adams logo.
Yeah, instead of just, yeah,
Yeah,
I love.
what's the size of
Yeah, I
this?
don't understand. The size seems awful big though.
59 by 35.
So it's 6 feet?
6 feet by 3 feet.
Yeah.
That's a big flag.
So
Yeah.
3 feet. Yeah, I mean, that's.
What's the
Sometimes
measurement on the Demco one? It's not
That
bigger
would be
than
good
6
to
feet.
know. That's really big. That's huge.
Okay.
I mean, that's taller than me. A lot taller.
What is,
have
what are the
measurements.
numbers? What are the dimensions?
59 by 35, it says.
6
here.
by 3, basically.
That's 5,
5 by 3.
5
But
feet.
it's not
by
a
3
full
feet.
rectangle, so like I bet that 60 is the long side,
Right,
right?
yeah.
But 3 feet wide, this is 3 feet wide.
Yeah,
Right, I'm getting to my nose, that's pretty wide. Right, that's
Across the bottom,
that's
yeah.
3 feet
Yeah.
across the bottom. I don't know.
Maybe
yeah,
cut
maybe
off
the
a
thing-
foot on both sides.
Can they, I mean, is this
It'd be
the
interesting
only
to know how
size?
Then
big
it's a standard.
It'd be interesting to know how big the one we have now is.
Right,
If is it smaller than that? Is it bigger than that? If it's bigger than that, then we are getting something smaller.
can you go on Demco website and see what they.
It's not available anymore. I've
Oh, it
looked.
isn't, okay.
I mean, I can measure it.
no, I totally support getting a new flag, I just wanna make sure that it's not gonna hit the, disappoint everybody.
Yeah,
Too big
we don't want
to
to.
hit that and then start ripping like the other ones
Right.
do.
And-
Yeah.
and you
The
said
wind
this
is vicious there.
Especially at this price point.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay, so I would even possibly cut off a foot on each side.
or is this their standard size?
That I don't know. I mean, I think they could probably do a different.
Because you don't want it to look. Out of,
Yeah,
And you can mock it up on a scrap piece of fabric or paper and hang it up and see if you like the size, if it's readable, if it's.
Right, And so you need a new pole too, right? Because the pole you said broke,
It's a pole holder.
pole holder.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah, we'll need to get that.
so, yeah, I don't know, the shape. Does the pole come out straight or does it
No,
go
it's
like
an angle.
this?
That's why the
Right.
things that are.
That's what,
Yeah, so
okay,
here's
that's
where the
how it
pole
goes,
goes.
gotcha, gotcha, right. Hmm,
Yeah, I mean, I can go to them and ask them these questions.
It's not like we need it right today.
No, it's fine.
and I do love the shape.
I know, I was looking for
Yeah,
something
it's
like
nice.
that, after watching that audit video and
And you gave them the, wouldn't be watching those audit.
We're gonna have the logo, and it's gonna say open as well.
I don't know, there might not be space,
I think
but
the flag would be the sign that it's open, yeah.
I'm
yeah,
just saying, because the logo,
Right,
the
the-
example says open.
yeah, that's just the Rowley sample.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll come back with the,
Good.
So we never sort of made a motion. though.
No, there's nothing.
Let's get some more
To do more information.
Okay.
If you-
And is there any kind, you might want, is there any kind of a warranty on it, Darcy?
I don't know.
Because
I'll
we're
check
in a
that too.
place where there's a lot of wind and it's rough on anything like that.
I can't imagine any company giving a warranty on a flag.
I can't either, but
I don't know.
How
it
long is
doesn't
do
hurt
you
to
know how long
ask.
Raleigh has had their flag? I'd just be curious to, if they're happy with it.
I think they are
Yeah.
happy with it. I mean, Pam seemed to be happy to talk about it.
Okay.
I think just, yeah, there's no date on here. Okay. And it has been a few years. I know that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come back with more detail, hopefully.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Doris.
Yeah,
Is that it?
for that part, yes.
Okay.
And then for other, just a few little tidbits. Next month, I'll include. Next month's might be a little longer because I'll have all the fiscal year statistics as well as, also next month I'll be working on the ARIS, as many of you know. Yeah, with all the circulation statistics and the program attendance and everything. So I gave the dates for summer reading. So Evangeline and I have been working on that together along with Gray, and that is in good shape. We will be ready for registrations for Saturday. We'll be giving out
Super.
we'll be giving out information about that. And then just lastly, we met with Lindsay from MBLC to talk about the grant that's been going on, and we're in good shape. We're in good shape there. And all of the reporting for mid-year has been done. So Evangeline and I are gonna sit down and talk about for the rest of the grant, which is about, I think, $2,000 or something. Yeah, 21,000. Or no, 2,100. Oh my gosh, $2,100.
Wait a minute.
No, it was never 21,000.
I'm sitting here going, oh, I better start listening.
Well, if you include the matching. So we'll be discussing how to utilize those, and maybe some programming to add in. So that will be exciting.
You have till September.
Yeah, everything has to be paid by September 30th. Yes.
Policies?
Yes, because policies next to.
Since we're talking about program, there is the sign in self-serving. I'm doing programs at Nichols in July and August.
Oh,
Could you talk to Sue about maybe coordinating with them?
I can definitely,
Oh, you mean get some, like, advertising to the library
Well,
too?
last time I did, it was Sue and Nichols worked together, so
Yeah, right.
I don't know if Sue knows I'm doing it again this time or not.
What are you doing?
I'm doing four talks at Nichols. The last one I was doing Teddy Roosevelt.
And are they gonna be like Gilded Age or? No,
Well, yeah, it's gonna be like, except for the Teddy Roosevelt one, yes.
yeah, okay.
we can definitely even just have them on our calendar too and include them in our newsletter and
Right.
be easy enough.
Nichols has excellent facilities.
Oh, I love doing, I do love doing the talks there,
Unbelievable.
but it's, I'm kind of being kind of selfish about it because it's very comforting to have Sue there when I do it.
You use the auditorium?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's a great spot. And they always have good cookies. It's a retirement home, of course they have good cookies.
Oh my gosh. All right, I've made a note. And then, are the policies next on the?
Yep.
Okay, so. I have chosen the copier and print policy and the social media policy for this month.
Okay,
So I changed the copy and print policy to what we've already been doing since 2020. So when kind of COVID hit and we reopened and did the, the appointments for people to come in and stuff. We were a little bit like, this has been a really hard time and now libraries are moving away from charging entirely, and I know that's like not completely possible. However, this is what we've been doing. The first 10 pages have been free, and after 10 pages, we do the regular cost of 25 cents per page. For color copies, there's a special code you put in on the copier before the color button will work, so they have to notify the staff. So I kept that from the old policy. So that is what I did for copy and print.
I think it's reasonable.
Good. Motion to accept the copier and printer with usage policy.
Second,
Second. All those in favor, Jan?
I just had a question.
discussion.
Yeah,
Oh,
just-
sorry.
so you changed the third paragraph, right, for the kids?
Yeah, because everything was already,
Right,
it's already,
my only question is just where does the money go?
so. It depends on how it's written in the ledger. So if it's written in as a donation, it goes into the donations account. If it's written as copy print, we, then it goes into the general fund.
Okay, which one should it be?
Of the town, right?
Yes, but it depends on what the patrons say, really. So, sometimes they'll overpay, for example, so,
It's coming out of our budget, so
yeah.
we should really get it.
Well, the idea at the time when that was instigated more than 5 years ago, that was the thought process from the town the finance director at the time, was that the town pays for the ink and the paper, so the money needed to go back into the general funds of the town. And the donation box was kept separately. There was very close control kept on it at the time. I don't think the town administrator presently does that, but you might want to check with her with Rebecca and see how she would want that handled. And
How
then
much?
somebody comes in and wants 100 copies, and then so they pay for that. So where does it go? Is it or they come in and they give you $5. that's a donation in my opinion, but there used to be strict controls and I'm not sure that there are anymore, so.
Yeah,
To be
we
safe,
really
you might
use
want
our,
to check with the town administrator.
So what is the average per month that it's even used?
I mean, the copier gets used most days of the week a few times. But most of the time, people will be below the 10.
You're not making like head over heels in money on this thing?
No, not at all.
We're not building a new library on the income from it.
No. So, yeah,
Any other discussion? Move to vote. Jan,
I,
Lee,
Yes.
Jay? Yes. Laurel,
yes,
Nancy,
Yes,
Kathy,
Yes,
Caitlin,
Yes,
Bob, yes.
Okay, thank you. And then I updated the social media policy. Just some of the wording. I realized the first section of the original policy was redundant, basically. Because it said, use social media, websites and applications to promote library programs and materials. And it says, the purpose of the social media includes promoting new library materials and promoting events. So, that's redundant, so I changed it to not be redundant. And then I changed the second part just to kind of have more updated language, because now we do have the Instagram, we do technically have a Pinterest account. I changed X, formerly Twitter, just because, who knows, people might be confused. And then anything else we acquire in the future. And then, I updated the violations, so just, encouragement of discrimination, harassment / bullying, or encouragement to do so. Compromise of safety. I think that's okay. And then material that should be avoided if possible, duplicate posts, and I say avoided if possible because I had a issue where the Jenny the Juggler was not being posted on the Facebook page, and I just kept posting it because I didn't think it was posting. So, for example, avoid it, but it's not totally a violation.
it wouldn't post, you mean, because,
Yeah, for some reason it wasn't showing up, so I thought there was something going on with the post and it just wasn't happening. So I think a bunch of people saw a bunch of posts eventually, but,
oh, well.
yeah, it's fine. And then, the library reserves to block or ban users who are in violation of this policy, which is okay. I have checked against other social media policies from other libraries. Yes.
I make a motion to accept the social media policy as written, as amended.
Second.
I thought you were second.
Looking the other way. Jan,
Is there any other discussion on it?
Discussion?
Any other questions?
Do you feel good about this moving forward, that it
I think
covers
so.
everything?
Yeah. I think so. I think it added some things that was actually missing, and the redundancy bothered me, so.
Yeah, okay,
good catch.
all right, I,
Lee,
Yes.
Jay? Yes. Laurel,
Yes.
Nancy,
yes.
Kathy,
Yes,
Caitlin,
Yes.
Bob, yes. To Enhance my summer reading program. Can you give us a preview or what you're gonna review next time? What
What do you mean?
programs, yeah.
Policies. Oh, the policy.
I'll give them
Procedures.
more of a heads up.
Oh,
Not right now, but
Oh.
prior to the meeting.
oh, yeah, okay.
I know there's, what, 6 of them that we're gonna?
More than 6
There's
policies.
more than 6
Oh, there's
policies.
many more than 6.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I think. I just had, there had been a lot going on, so but I should have a little bit more leeway with time.
If you have a chance, just send us out an email, what ones you're gonna review next month.
Okay.
It's been a busy 2 weeks.
It's been a busy
Well, yeah,
several months,
so-
to be honest.
And just, only if you have a chance, we can look them over. They're one page. We can't look
Yeah.
over the meeting.
Oh,
Two down, two down. Two down.
Yeah,
That's good.
2 down.
favorite part of the program? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
What about,
Then we
what
can
about
stay.
comments? How about comments from the
Oh.
trustees?
Oh. Oh,
From
comments,
Counts what?
Comments from the trustees?
Oh,
okay, go for it.
I just have one thing. The sign, the paint has been peeling off the sign for quite a while. I think that was donated, wasn't it, Lee, that the stand for the sign out front?
stand, yes, was,
Yeah.
Groveland Fence donated this
Right.
stand. Yeah, why?
The paint
So-
seems to be peeling off it.
Okay, well, if you did, I haven't noticed, but if it's a concern, I'll go see them, this week. And see what they'll do about, like, maybe priming it again or something like that.
I think probably it needs to be primed again, yeah.
Yeah, I'll
That's
go
all
see
I
them
had.
this week. Yeah.
Who were you gonna go see?
Groveland Fence did this, did the supports, so. I thought you meant the sign itself, it's just the
No,
supports.
the sign itself looks good. It's just
Okay.
the white paint is going.
Yeah. And that was what, that was before the pandemic, so it's been
It was
5 years.
before the
now.
pandemic, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, okay, so, yeah, I'm
The
sure. it
weather
probably
is
needs a new
brutal
coat.
there. It catches so much wind and,
Yeah, exactly, yeah, I'll go to them either tomorrow or Friday and see if they'll do something about it.
thank you.
They were very generous last time, I think.
They were,
I think-
they
Yeah, I don't
were.
think there'll be any, I mean, they gave it to us for free, so, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a question. I don't know when the right time would be, but when you were talking about the museum pass, it got me thinking of other museum passes and what's the
Mhm.
protocol for like acquiring more?
Yes, so I have actually been looking into that. I can, to start off museum passes, if they're cheap enough, I have kind of like when I put the budget together, so youth and adult, I take like a pocket for renewals and some passes and some just various items,
Yeah.
DVDs. So one I was thinking of getting was the Seacoast Science Center, for example.
Yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah.
That was really cheap, $150.
Yes, exactly. I was like, I can just do that at the start of the fiscal year.
Where is that? It's right up the street and they came here
Oh.
this year too.
Why don't we put that on the agenda for next month?
Okay,
Yeah,
But I
that'd
think-
be-
To answer your question, all you have to do is suggest. and
Oh, okay.
She'll
Yeah.
pursue it. and
Right,
bring it up.
you have
Yeah.
others?
I did look up, only because I had to go to West Newbury to get a pass for next
Yeah.
week for my family, but Zoo New England, which is the Stone Zoo
Oh.
and Boston, is $300.
yes, so we did have that and then they didn't, I'll pursue that, cause that's actually one we're supposed to have.
Oh,
And wasn't that something that during COVID, something happened, didn't it?
Yeah, usually
didn't
they
like
reached
that
out
one?
when we were supposed to renew them and then they never reached out.
Right,
and
right.
I was in the renewal process and. then it
And while
didn't-
we're on that subject, the Friends have paid for a couple of passes.
Yep,
They want to ask them to be part of it. And
Mhm.
aren't we pretty well due to ask the chairman of the Friends to meet with the trustees if they would like?
can I give one more suggestion to look
Oh,
into?
yeah, yeah.
I don't have a number for this one. You had to contact them, but I know we have the Children's Museum in Peabody, but there's the Children's Museum in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
The Dover one.
Dover.
That a lot of libraries around, so you have that one too. I was just thinking of the summer,
Yeah.
So Curious
families
City.
and stuff.
We should put it on the
That
next
Curious
agenda.
City one.
Yeah. That
They,
was-
we used to
Okay.
have
That was in
free passes
Peabody.
for that,
Yes, yeah.
And then they changed location.
These are good
I get the
ideas.
emails.
And anytime you just say that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
no, it's-
I didn't know if there's a time in the agenda when it's like
No.
new business or.
Well,
Yeah,
just-
I can put it
Usually it's
through
when the passes come up, you know, and we just like, yeah, renew, well, we review the passes, because there have been some that were like never used at all, so what pay for it.
Right.
But yeah, these
Yeah.
are the ones that we know are used, but that's a good idea for
I
the,
think we should have that on the agenda, comment period for trustees.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. I
good
will,
idea, and so you.
When you
those-
and, yeah, when you and Bob get together for the next agenda, Darcy, that would be a good, point to put on there, was a comment period for the trustees.
okay, sounds good to me.
Question.
I made a note.
We have an associate type arrangement with other libraries. I know we've used the pass from
Yeah,
Georgetown.
we can do
Well, yeah,
that.
because it's
With your
part of,
library.
yeah, it's
Consortium.
part of the consortium. If we can borrow books, you can borrow passes, but they usually give priority to a town
Town.
person. So if someone wants it from that town, they get it before you do.
And we
Yeah.
should have it ourselves.
And then
Yeah,
you have to drive to that town to go get
Right.
it.
Right.
yeah,
A lot of
exactly, there's
times
not.
nowadays, they're not even,
just print out the thing.
yeah, it's not even like a physical, take it and return it like it
Yeah.
used to be. It's just yeah.
Yeah, we only have maybe 2 of those now that are just the
But that's convenient.
parks and the
Those
Constitution
That
Museum.
you don't have to pick up.
Mm.
It's really convenient.
Especially where you wanna get up there by 10 o'clock when the museum opens and the library doesn't open until 1.
Right.
Well, I tried.
No, not, it was like other towns. I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I tried a few years ago.
Okay, may I have a comment? I just wanted to thank Jan and her family for coming and planting those trees. They're beautiful and thanks for donating them and for little craft.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
wish more kids, more people had come, but it
It was
is what it is. It was good.
It was still a great program.
Yes.
And the trees, yes, they're
They're bright and
lovely,
beautiful.
they're so cute.
And for the
I
flowers,
love
that's
them.
great. Did you do those?
I did the flowers.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
very
you,
much.
thank you, Jan.
Jan is a a wonderful gardener.
Yes.
Or I don't know if I wanna go that far. I tried.
Except in the compliment.
I tried.
That's my-
And I'm, speaking of that, next week I'll go and tidy up the.
So you're
children's
closed,
garden.
they're closed on Wednesday.
I know, I'll come another day,
Okay,
tidy up the children's garden a little.
I said I was gonna do
Yeah.
that. didn't I?
Cause Laurel's got a lot on her plate right now.
yeah, oh, and keep an eye out, cause there might be, for 2 years in a row, there were baby bunnies in those.
Oh,
the-
in
those
the
plants.
hostas, in the
the
hostas.
hostas?
Yeah, so just in case, just be aware, there might be
There might be
wildlife in there.
Attack mom coming.
Or just, yeah, I remember our volunteer who was
What
a
happened to-
kid.
What happened to the gate?
The gate's open.
Oh, is it
I
just
went around and
open?
checked. Yeah, the gate's
Oh,
wide
okay,
open.
all right.
Yeah,
I didn't.
our
see it.
volunteer went to clean up the needles last spring and said, there's an animal in there. And I said, oh, yeah, those are baby
Funny
bunnies.
nests.
Well, we used to have a duck nest right outside of this garden.
That's just.
I
Do you
think the
remember
That
raccoons got
situation
them.
was traumatizing.
That was terrible. And then we had a bird that had its nest on the divider there, that little grassy section between the cars. And planted, had her nest there and sat there and people had to go around her to get in your car. Like, the whole places to put a nest out in the open, in the middle of the parking lot. Anyway,
Motion to adjourn?
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to
Do I have a
adjourn.
second?
Second,
Jan,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Laurel,
yes.
Nancy,
Yes.
Kathy,
yes.
Kathleen, Caitlin, Caitlin,
Love
All right, you've done well.
whatever. Made it all the way through to the end.
Yay.
All right.
All right.
Darcy, I noticed too.